Big win this past Saturday for one of our own. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Aiemann Zahabi. He's one of our own. And I think that he just got out of the operating room. Let's go to Aiemann, who was victorious this past Saturday in Vancouver. Hello, my friend. Oh, well, we almost
Hey,
lost
what's
you.
happening?
You look
How you doing?
fantastic. You've never looked better,
Thank
Aiemann.
you.
How are you?
Thank you so much. Great, great. I feel good. I feel like $1 million actually. A big win on the weekend.
I think you did you not go under the knife just like yesterday or 2 days ago?
Monday.
Oh, there it is. What happened? What happened?
Yeah, so my not only did I get dropped in round two, but my forearm broke in round two.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I thought, what, I don't know if I wanted to talk about it or not, but when guys lose, they always talk about how this broke or that broke. I was like, you know what? When I win, I should talk about what happens in there as well, because I'm not only overcoming getting knocked down, but I also overcame fighting with a broken arm, and nobody noticed. Like, I kept such a poker face. I kept using my jab. I kept doing everything as if nothing was broken. And I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Sébastien Simard and the guys at Centre d'Excellence Orthopédie de Montréal. They have the clinic on 440. So thank you guys for taking care of me on Monday. Like, I landed on Sunday. Monday, I got my tests done, and then I got the surgery on Monday as well.
Wow, and you were out when? Yesterday?
No, it's Monday.
You
Everything
you
was done Monday.
and you were able to leave.
I was able to leave, done, in and out, bing, bang, boom.
I saw the X-ray that you were kind enough to
Yeah,
provide us. I mean, that is a clean break right there.
clean break. And you know what? Did you notice during the fight, Ariel? Did you notice in round two or in round three of me slowing down or like not using my left or changing my style or doing anything different?
No.
No, I just kept carrying on, man. And I want people to know there, because like a lot of people keep counting me out and think, that I'm soft or like I don't have what it takes to be at this top level. But I feel like now I'm undeniable. Marlon is supposed to be this guy who's the best round three guy. I think I did better than him in round three. I stepped on the gas in round three. I feel like he didn't do as much as I did in round three. I even outstruck him in round two after getting dropped and getting my arm broken. I've got a lot of heart, and I'm devoted to becoming champion, and that's what I want to be.
Just curious, just about the injury. Did you notice? Could you feel it, or did it only hit you
Yeah.
afterwards?
When it happened, I felt a weird tingle that I have never felt in my life. My first broken bone ever in my life.
Wow, wow, wow. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. So I knew, I'm like, okay, something's different, but I gotta give everything I have. Like, there's no turning back. I'm in the fight, and I didn't let it dissuade me. I just said, you know what, stick to what I had prepared and fight the fight that I came to do.
Incredible. Well, that makes the performance that much more special and impressive. As you probably know, Marlon thinks he won the fight. He said so on social media. He was on our show on Monday talking about it. Have you seen any of the things that he has said? And if so, what do you make of it?
Well, I really feel like I won round one. I landed double the strikes. I landed 20 strikes. He landed 11. I feel like there was no doubt in round one. And I feel like I backed him up more than he backed me up. I feel like, it's kind of funny to me because a lot of people confuse circling, sidestepping, and maneuverability for running. Well, what I'm doing in there is not it's not cowardly. I'm being tactical. I'm not staying on the runway, right? So I laugh at the fans who don't know what they're looking at and they're making fun of what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is tactically very efficient, and so I just find it funny. But I didn't find it to be like that I was conceding any of the octagon. Actually, his back hit the fence a lot more than mine hit the fence in the first round. Second round, I understand that he won it. I got dropped, but I still ended up outstriking him. Like, when I got dropped, he let me recover for like almost 2 minutes. And then I finished the last minute much stronger than he did, and I backed him up to the fence, and I threw a flying knee, and I landed combos. I landed a nice clean one too. Also, I backed him up with strikes. So I feel like I left round two with an exclamation mark. And then we did the stare down, like he's trying to intimidate me. I literally signed to fight you 2.5 months ago, prepared for you for 2.5 months. You think I'm going to be afraid of you? I fight in an octagon for a living, man. I'm not afraid of you, and I'm not afraid of anybody else. So I found that it kind of was like a weird tactic. I want to give him props, at the end of the round, like I do with all my other opponents. For me, it's just business. But it seems like for him, he needs like to hate his opponents. He needs emotions. Me, I don't need emotions. Me, I'm more like a hitman in that sense. Like, I know what my mission is, and I'm going to carry it out. I'm coming to kill the guy no matter what. I'm coming to find a way to win. And then in round three, right after round two ended, you hear Xavier Louis say, "These are the most important 5 minutes." It says it in French, you know. C'est les 5 minutes les plus importants. And I just nodded my head and I was like, yeah, he's right, man. I'm just going to give everything I have these last 5 minutes, and there's no backing down now. And I feel like I poured it on in round three. Even with a broken arm, I poured it on.
And did you feel when the fight was over, did you feel confident you had done enough?
Yeah. Listen, in the end of the day, you're not your wins and losses. You are what you choose to be. And I choose to be a very positive person. And I choose to perform with courage and honor and respect. And when we're on our coach's shoulders, I went to hug him again for the second time. Like after the fight, I wanted to give him a dab. He didn't want to give me a dab. I was like, okay, whatever, man. You want to be like that, be like that. So, but then when we're on the shoulders, we're like coming towards each other. So I reached out to hug him, and he accepted my hug. And I told him, I'm like, Marlon, I'm like, thank you and your team for giving me the best night of my life. Like I was so happy. And he smiled and he said, thank you to me too. And then that's it. We went on our way. And I thought we were good. And you hear Firas, we have another clip that we posted on our social media. You hear Firas, when I went to hug Chito and Firas went to hug his coach, Firas said, no matter what, win or lose, respect. And they agreed. They nodded their heads. But then when I won, you know, he stormed out of there, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's personal. I think in the end, I heard your interview with him. I think he put a lot of effort and he cut out all the distractions and he did his best for training camp. And I'm sure it doesn't feel good to come up short. And, you know, I have nothing against him still. I respect him as a fighter for sure. And, you know, I just wish he was, more respectful throughout the fight.
In fairness to him, I will say in that chat on Monday, I thought he was very professional and respectful. I know he left the cage afterwards and maybe you wanted to just kind of like show respect. But I felt like he didn't come off having any sort of animosity towards you or sour grapes. That was my impression.
No, I agree. That's why I'm just meant, in the moment. Like the fact that he headbutted me during the fight and refused to dab me. That's the only two things. But I mean, after, like in your interview, I didn't feel like he really attacked me. I didn't feel like he disrespected me after.
Okay.
It was just like there was that moment during the fight where he headbutted me. I didn't love it. And when he didn't want to dab after the third round, I thought that was weird.
Your fights are very close and very entertaining. These are two very close fights against two very good fighters. Is there a part of you in the next one, like, do you want there to be no doubt whatsoever? Are you longing for a definitive finish now? Or at the end of the day, is it just a W? That's all you care about?
Yeah, I don't think there was a doubt in this one, and I don't think there was a doubt in the Aldo fight either. You know, I mean, look, what did you think? Did you think Marlon won this fight? Did you really think Marlon won? I don't know.
I thought, just being honest, because I will be honest, I thought initially Jose won the fight against you in Montreal. I said that, I think, to you. This one I thought you won. This one I thought you won 2 rounds to 1. I thought you won 1 and 3.
Yeah, and then let's say if we just touch on the Aldo fight for a second.
Yeah. That's old news. That's old news. But I bring that up only to tell you that I don't lie to you. I keep it real. So this time I'm telling you.
Sure.
Yeah.
I never called you a liar.
No.
I never called you a liar. No. Yeah. I only speak good about you, brother.
Thank you. As do I.
Yeah. But let's say for the reasons why Aldo won round 1, I win round 2. I outstruck him in round 2. I made him go backwards in round 2. I was the more active fighter. I was more relentless. And even DC, Dominic Cruz, and Dean Thomas are saying Aldo slowed down. It's obvious Aldo slowing down in round 2. So it's like the judges are taking that into consideration that he's slowing down, right? And I feel like in this fight with Marlon, landing double the strikes in round 1 and making him back up in round 1, and for all those reasons, I felt like I did the better job in round 1. I won round 1, and in round 2, I landed way more, and I pushed the pace harder in the different situations. His back was against the cage a lot more than mine ever was.
So all in all, you get this win. You're on this amazing winning streak. You're now 7th ranked in the UFC.
Yeah.
Like not that long ago, it was kind of touch and go, right? You started your career in the UFC with a win, then you lost the next 2. You haven't lost since then. How surreal is this to see your name up there with those guys?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. My seventh win in a row. Now I'm number seven in the UFC. My daughters both turned seven this year. They're
Wow.
born on July 7th, so their birthday's 7/7. It's like a whole numerology kind of conspiracy going on here. I don't know what it is,
Wow.
but I'm blessed, and I want to thank God for all the blessings and the bounty He's given me. It's been really really good. The theme for this training camp, because I was nervous. I'm like, man, can I really win seven in a row? Like I've been so successful, but I decided, the theme is gonna be, I put all my faith in God, but I work like it's all up to me. And no matter what happened in the fight, I was just gonna find a way to win. I was gonna adapt and fight harder and fight smarter as the fight went on. And if you watch the fight closely and you're a fan who's educated, you see that the way I fight round one, it wasn't the way I fought round two, and the way I fought round three wasn't the way I fought round two.
I love the sevens, by the way. And another connection between us, I'm born July 8th. So, like, almost on the
No
same.
way.
Yes. There's something
Yeah,
going on here between us. I don't know.
yeah. My mom is born July 6th.
Oh,
My
my gosh.
wife and both my daughters born July 7th, and then you July 8th. Listen, you gotta invite me to one of these parties, man.
I know, and same here.
Yeah,
I don't even need like a notification whenever you fight because I will get flooded with messages anytime you're
yeah,
about to weigh in, anytime you're about to make the walk, you're about to fight. People love this thing that we're long lost brothers, and I try to live vicariously through you because you're doing things that I can never in a million years do. But it's amazing to see you on this stage doing these incredible things, especially because we knew your brother, for so long as the man
yeah,
at Tristar, and now you have become the man. You have become the face of
yeah,
Tristar. Isn't that incredible after
yeah.
all these years?
Yeah, you know what? It's pretty great, honestly. Like my brother has really been prioritizing me as of late too, and I'm like his highest ranked fighter right now in the UFC. So it kind of feels nice that I went from, like, I know you mentioned it before, but like I went from being the background guy, supporting actor, assistant coach, and pad holder, and all these different things to like lift all the guys, the generation above me, my mentors. And then now it's kind of like full circle, and I'm the top guy, and I'm Firas's main fighter now. So it's nice that I started from the bottom and I made it all the way to the
Yes.
top. It really doesn't feel like nepotism to me because I know that I put in all the hard work and I sacrificed so much to not only get myself here, but I lifted others before me. And now it's my turn to be lifted. So it's nice to have a team like TriStar who understands that's what it takes.
By the way, speaking of Tristar, is Rory coming back? What's going on over here? What's the scoop here?
I don't know if he's going to come back to fighting, but he's been training much more often, and he's helping some of the guys, especially the heavier weights. He's been helping them out a lot more, and I'm just so happy to see him more often at TriStar.
Yeah. You kept that answer very short, so we'll leave it at that because I feel like something's going. He's talking about two-a-days now and all this stuff. I feel like the fire is back.
No, I don't think he's going to come back,
You don't
man. I
think?
mean, like, I don't think so. I mean, you know, um, you got to be hungry and you got to want it. Like the desire it takes to win at the highest level, it's a hunger that can't be done by a hobbyist. And I'm not saying he's a hobbyist. I just mean like he's been
Yeah.
retired for so long to come back. It's like, he has everything he needs. He doesn't need fighting. He doesn't need fighting no more. He's already a success. He was a success in fighting. He's a world class fighter, champion in multiple promotions. He doesn't need to come back to fighting. He can be successful in different ways now. He has different chapters in his life to live. It's more like my time now. It's more like for me now to go for the belt. Maybe beat Sean O'Malley, then face Merab. So like I got a bright future, and it's all about me fighting for the belt now more than anything.
Okay, so I know you saw that O'Malley response. You called him out. How confident are you that this can actually be made next for you?
I mean, him making the video to me, it's an acknowledgement of the call out. And listen,
He was
would
sort
it
of clowning
benefit
on you,
him?
though, it seemed like. No?
How can he clown on me? I just won seven straight. He just lost two straight. He can't clown on me. Listen, it benefits him beating a guy who just won seven straight, right? Plus, I'm an unk. I'm gonna be 38 in a few weeks, man.
Yeah.
Does he want a layup? Doesn't he need like a little layup? Does he need some help? Does he need something make him look good? Beat an unk like me, man. I've got seven straight. Come fight old Uncle A-Man, huh? Get over here, little guy, and I'll give him a little noogie in the fight. You know what I mean?
So what do you think? You think it might happen? You think they'll do it?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Why wouldn't they do it? I
Well,
mean,
what's
I
have you
won
gone?
seven
Have you
straight.
gotten any sort of
You-
temperature from them? Your management? Anyone talk to them about this idea since you put it
Oh,
out there?
well, not yet. I've been, just recovering. I love this poster, guys. You
Yeah.
guys see this poster?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Listen, me and Sean O'Malley at the White House, Trump's birthday,
Oh.
Canada versus U.S. Canada wins, we get the United States. United States wins, we give them Canada.
Oh.
That's it.
Wow.
That's on the line. Put it on the table. Put it on the
Okay. I
table.
didn't realize those stakes were involved, but that's big time
No, it's
stuff.
big stakes, guys. It's big stakes. It's big, big stakes. Listen, it's gonna be a fun matchup. It's the same reason why I want to fight Marlon. I feel like we gave a great fight. I feel like we put on a great show. I'm the kind of guy who, as the fight goes on, I get better. I perform better as the fight goes into deeper waters. I get used to it. I figure out my opponents. I change as the fight goes on, and I think with Sean O'Malley, we could make fireworks together.
Yeah. No, it would be big. It would be big for you, and I certainly understand why you would call him out. He's one of the biggest names in the division. By the way, speaking of Tristar, what
And he's
about
on two losses.
right?
He's on two losses, and he's like, look, when you lose to the champ two times, you're not getting another title fight. So he's got to fight somebody, and Merab is doing the other job where he's eliminating two, three, four, five. By June next year, I'm gonna be up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna take out everybody else.
Do you think how far realistically? How far away do you think you are? Because you're right, he has fought a lot of these guys, and now he's fighting guys twice. How far away do you think
Yeah.
you are?
You think UFC wants to see him fight the same guys again? I mean, I doubt it. I think I'm one fight away. I think I beat Sean, and I'm there.
Wow, wow. Could you imagine Zahabi title fight in Montreal
Man,
next spring?
yeah, I got that email. Yo, they generated something like $38+ million for the city of Montreal when they came.
Yeah,
So I'm really hoping we bring him back. And you see Charles Jourdain win with that flying knee?
man, the Jourdain brothers are killing it. And what about the guy I wanted to ask you about, Rat Garbage, which I hope he
Yeah,
brings
Mendel Nalo
in the UFC after all these years? How great was that
man.
to see him finally?
It's Unk season. Season, guys. Okay, we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. Listen, man, Mandel's got 100% finish rate. He's the longest guy in the division at lightweight. If Jalen Turner stays retired, if Jalen Turner comes back, he's the only guy longer than Mandel, and Mandel can give all those guys problems, man. Every single one of them.
He's someone that has been sort of scratching and clawing his way to get to this point. When you saw him win that Contender Series fight and get the contract, what did that feel like?
I was so proud of him. We're all at the dorms watching the fight. We're all got together for that. I'm super proud of him, and it just like I feel like for me, my story and Mandel's story, has a lot to do with like to being dedicated. Having discipline, being dedicated, and devoting yourself to the MMA game. Stick to it. When you lose, it doesn't matter. Mandel's lost before. I've lost before. We put our head down. We did the work. We didn't complain. Whatever Frost had us go do to get better and improve, we did it, and we took the fights that we had to do. And our back was against the wall, and guys missed weight. We took the fights anyway. Like Aldo missed weight by 8 pounds. I remember one time Mandel had a fight. The guy missed weight by like 14 pounds or 15 pounds. He took the fight anyway. And he beat the guy with a TKO in the first round. So dedicate yourself to the sport. Work hard. Be disciplined. Cut out the distractions, and you too could make it. And don't let people put age as a time limit on you. Don't let other people's limitations stop you from achieving something great. Whether you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a plumber, an electrician, you want to go back to school at 35, I don't care, man. You do it. If that's what you want to do, it's better you do something you love every day than do something you hate.
Man, the wisdom that you are dropping on us right now, I'm starting to think, this reminds me of some of the stuff that I read in a book called Chop Wood, Carry Water.
Yeah.
The great Mindset Mike slid into the DMs. I'm having like an ongoing chat with him for the last few weeks, and the guy drops like mad knowledge on me, like paragraphs. And he told me to buy this book, and I read it. I bought it and I read it.
Oh, amazing!
And now I see it. I see the transformation. I see the stuff you're talking about the mind. It's a brilliant, not just for a superstar athlete like you, but for regular people and how you can apply it to your day-to-day life. So I see that the work is turning into great success for you.
Yeah, it's great success. Like even I reread that book on the flight to Vancouver.
Wow. Second time?
Yeah. Second time just to refresh, and like I had nothing else to do on the plane. So I was like, let me refresh. This was a good book. And it helped me come to a realization that I already won because throughout the training camp, I improved myself as a father. I improved myself as a husband. I improved myself as a fighter. I improved myself as a businessman. I improved myself in marketing. And I improved myself in the last 3 months so much that even if the result is a loss, I'm still a winner at life. I'm more than those 15 minutes. And as long as I want to go out there, I want to perform. So I started calling my practices rehearsals instead of practice,
Wow.
because really in the end, I want to go out there and show my skills. Like I was talking to Dominic Cruz in Montreal when I was fighting Aldo. Like I just bumped into him at the Starbucks and we were talking. And I was telling him, I'm like, the worst thing that can happen to me is I slip on a banana peel and I get finished like in the first 10 seconds of the fight. I didn't get to show the upgraded version of myself. I didn't get to show the new skills that I added to my game. I didn't get to show my passion, my heart, my drive. Like that's why like I'm kind of proud that my arm broke during the fight and nobody could tell the difference. Not even Faraz. And Faraz knows me like the back of his hand. And even he couldn't tell that my arm was compromised, you know? And I battled through all the adversity against Aldo and against Vera. And I did it, I feel like, with class. And I showed how great I am.
Wow. Yeah, no, you really did. Everything you said there is 100% accurate. How long does this sideline you for? Like, when do you think you can return after having the surgery?
I have my first checkup November 6th. So then I'll get my official timeline then.
Okay.
But until then, I'm not 100% sure.
Aldo retired, by the way, so you're the last guy to ever fight
Yeah.
Jose Aldo, unless he comes back again. What do you think of that? Is that a distinction that you're proud of?
Yeah, I'm very proud of that because obviously when people are going to want to revisit his career, which they will, because he's one of the greatest fighters of all time, I think that, my fight will always be watched now because it was his last one. I also find I have a unique historic win with him because the other featherweights that beat him at featherweights were featherweights, and I made 136.8. So I feel like I'm the only bantamweight to
Ah,
beat
that's right.
featherweight Aldo.
That's
So I
right.
have like a unique win in that sense. So I go, I feel like it's nice that I'm starting to collect all these records now. Like GSP has the greatest win streak in Canadian history in the UFC, 13 wins. I have 7. The next one is 5. So like I've separated myself now, and I feel like I'm at the top of the sport. And I'm very proud to be here, and I'm proud of all the pain and anguish and the patience I've done
Yeah.
to arrive at this point. And I feel like no one could tell me anything about adversity. I faced a lot of it, and no one can ever tell me I wasn't patient. You know.
Second longest winning streak for a Canadian in the UFC behind the great GSP. Seeing GSP and Zahabi, it's like peanut butter and jelly up there. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. One last thing: if and when you get to a title fight, let's say sometime in 26, if you do win that one fight, do you think Merab's the guy holding the belt? Do you think he gets by Jan and maybe one more? Do you think he's still going to have this? And
Definitely possible.
yeah, you feel like he's just on another level right now?
I mean, um, after his last fight against Corey Sanhagen, what he said on the mic has made him now my favorite champion because
What do you
he
say?
reminded me he reminded me of GSP. He showed a lot of humility. He said because they were praising him, right? He just won again, and he's probably one of the greatest bantamweights of all time, and they're praising him. And he said, "You know what? He's like, even me, I can lose with one punch. Even me, I can lose in 1 second. Like something could happen, and I lose." And it just goes to show that you know it hasn't gone to his head. And in my opinion, I don't take that as weakness. I take that as a strength, and I take that as like it reminds me of GSP because GSP, no matter how many times he won, still stayed humble, and he had a lot of humility because he knew that any moment one punch could put his lights out, or maybe he slips and he gets ends up on the bottom, he gets ground. Like anything could happen to any one of us. It's not that always the better fighter who wins, it's the guy who fights the best that night. And that humbleness actually makes you more dangerous. A lot of people take kindness for weakness, but I don't think it's that at all with guys like Marab, even myself. People think because I'm a nice guy, but I'm not a nice guy. I'm actually a good guy. I've got a backbone and I ain't backing down if I think my principles are right. I ain't no pushover.
So at this point, life is good. 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Second longest winning streak. You just had a little bump in the road with the surgery. You're back next year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. Now you could go into the holiday season just chilling, enjoying the fruits of your labor. Tristar is back. The Zahabi brothers are on top.
Yeah.
What a life, my guy. What a life. The Blue Jays are in the World Series. I don't know if you're a baseball fan, but I am. The
Yeah.
Expos have a documentary on Netflix. Everything's coming up Canada right now, dare I say.
Montreal's on top.
Montreal's
Montreal's on
the
top.
Canadians
Ariel.
are on fire.
Listen, I ain't gonna be taking it that easy. I don't want these guys to, stay on your toes. Okay, I'll be getting ready. I'm gonna be getting ready here. I'm gonna be getting ready in here, and I'm gonna be finding a way to be ready for 2026. Don't you guys worry about me. I'm coming hung. I'm starving. I want what all these guys have. I want it. I'm coming for everything.
I love it. Well, congratulations. Enjoy the win, Aiemann. Get well soon. Congrats to your family as well. And looking forward to seeing you.
Before I leave you.
Yes, please.
Ariel.
Yes.
When you come to Montreal, next time you come to Montreal, visit your family.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Suitably, man.
Okay. Wait, which one?
Let's get you suited up.
Oh,
Those are my suit sponsors.
That's your, wait, what is it called? What is it called?
It's called Suitably.
Suitably. Okay. Where is it?
Yeah. They've got many locations. They have one in Old Port, and they're opening one now in Laval also.
Wow.
But when you come to town, send me a message.
Yes.
We'll go visit them. They're great guys. You're going to love these guys. They're two brothers. They're the best of the best. Menches, okay?
Okay.
Couple of menches.
I love it.
And they love Montrealers. They sponsor some Montreal Canadians. They sponsor me with the suits, and I'm sure they'd love to have you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. We will do that. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Aiemann. All the best to you, and congrats again. Get well soon.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Always. There he is, the great Aiemann Zahabi, who's on some kind of run, 7 in a row now. Second longest winning streak ever for a Canadian in the UFC, ever. Behind the great GSP. Think about some of the great Canadians that have fought in the UFC, dating back to Carlos Newton back in the day, Roy McDonald. Think about those greats. Sarah Kaufman, Alexis Davis. So many. Second ever behind GSP. GSP 13, he's at 7. Second best significant striking defense in UFC bantamweight history, 70.3%. Second only to Vaughn Lee. Shout out, throwback. And what a run. Ranked number 7th. 7 wins, ranked number 7. His daughter's born 7. That is kind of crazy, by the way. The wins, Draco Rodriguez, Ricky Tercios, Ariki Lang, Javid Basharat, Pedro Munoz, Jose Aldo, Marlon Vera. Those last 3 in particular, very, very impressive, as was the Basharat and Ariki Lang fights. And he's right there in the mix. Let's see those rankings again. He's 7. O'Malley 1. Obviously, the champ is Merab. Merab fighting Jan. Umar fighting Batista. 2 versus 9. How the turntables have turned. Cejudo there, Peyton there. I wonder who he gets. I could see a Zahabi Figgy fight. They just fought around the same time as each other, like literally, what was it, 2 weeks apart?
I could see Song Yadong.
You could see Song as well. Yep. Does he have a fight yet? He doesn't, right? Since the Henry fight.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. Henry's going to come back before him. Something must have happened. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up. Leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.